What's up, guys? Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 3. That was a good victory for Chelsea. Honestly, 4 wins in 5 games for Liam Rosenoi. I'm not a hypocrite to say I back Liam Rosenoi. I'm a Liam Rosenoi fan or anything, because I believe he doesn't have the resume to be a Chelsea manager. He doesn't have the experience to be a Chelsea manager. But honestly, my hands are up because he's really doing very well. Some of our games have been boring to watch, especially our game against Brentford and Parkforce. But today's game against Crystal Palace, we played very well in the first 75 minutes. And then he decided to change things. Crystal Palace were 1 man down, and then our coach decided to change things, probably rest the first team players because we have a big game on Wednesday against Napoli. That was really understandable. But the formation he played, I know he wants to tweak things, he wants to change formation, he wants to bring in new recipes into his cooking. But honestly, I think the last 15 minutes of the game, this recipe, this formation he's trying to play, I think it's a 3-2-2-2-2, something like that. It's not going to work in the Premier League. Because with Crystal Palace, 1 man down, they really had their best time in the game in the last 15 minutes when we changed our formation to a 3-2-2-2-2. So honestly, we should have kept a clean sheet and we should have boosted Sanchez, performance with a clean sheet. It was a formation he was trying, so we cannot criticize him for him. We cannot nail him on the cross for trying new things because the game was already won. But the first 75 minutes was really good football from Chelsea. Like, apart from Badiashile, a crackhead, nearly costing us a first goal. Yes, he nearly gifted Crystal Palace a goal, and Mateta should have buried it. Apart from that, we were very good. 4-2-3-1, Casado, and then Andre Santos at the base in midfield, and then you have Enzo Fernandez playing the 10 and Estevao. I used to say, and I keep on saying, why do coaches do crazy stuff? Because you have a player, one of our best wingers, because Palmer is no more a winger anymore. He plays as a 10. So our best winger is Estevao. And then we keep benching him, we keep not playing him. Maresca and the fans were all calling for it. We've seen Lamine Yamal at the age of 16 playing every single game and in big games. You have a player like Estevao who already has 75 games under his belt in Brazil, and you keep on, and we need to show the winning. Look at the goal he scored. It was a brilliant goal. Shagging off Mitchell, running halfway to the pitch and slotting in that ball. That is a player who is matured enough to be starting every single game. I don't want any excuses anymore. He's 18 years. In April, he will be going to be 19 years. He needs to start all games because Garnacho is useless. Pedro Neto, I don't even want to mention his name. And then Gittins is not fit to be a Chelsea starting 11. So our only creative winger is Esteban, and he needs to start every single game. If Liam Rosenoi, if he wants the fans and me in particular to back him, then he needs to start Estevao. Anytime I look at Chelsea lineup and I see Estevao, I have a smile on my face because I know he's going to create magic, because I know he's the kind of player I'm going to pay money to watch, because that is what football is all about. It's not just about possessing football and being effective. You can be effective and be boring. And that is what we are seeing in today's league. It's been effective but totally boring. And players, magical players, Mavericks, are being faded out of the game. But with Estevao, Chelsea have their own Maverick again. Yeah, we lost Eden Hazard, but we now have Estevao, who is our Maverick of today. So kudos to the boys. They did what they had to do. We won comfortably, but the last 15 minutes of the game, I keep on saying, I know now Liam Rosenoi, he's a young coach, he has learned. Even with 10 men, we couldn't utilize this last, this 3-2-2-2, so this should be the end of that formation. But Joao Pedro, I've been on your neck like you've not been playing really well, but the last 2 games, against Brentford in the Premier League and against Crystal Palace. You've been you've been doing well, so I give you your flowers. That was a very good goal. And you know what? Every Chelsea fan have been complaining and have been crying out for overlapping fullbacks. We needed a tactics where our fullbacks do not always invert into the midfield, but rather overlap. And we saw it today. Just one overlap, a good pass from Estevao to Reece James to overlap. He put in a good cross, and the penalty was created. And then we scored our third goal. We've been crying because we know the quality of crosses Reece James could put in, Gusto could put in, and then we could also stress the opposition because whenever the wingers have the ball and they know that there is not going to be an overlapping fullback, it's easier to defend because he cannot use anybody as a decoy. But when they know that there's a fullback who is going to overlap sometimes, then he has a decoy. He can either go at him, cut inwards, or give him the pass. And that would put the defender in a dilemma because he doesn't know what is coming. Because he doesn't know what is coming. And that is what happened today. Estevao was able to create a shoot, and it was a brilliant save from Henderson, and also gave a pass to the overlapping Reece James and a cross that yielded into a penalty. So this is what we've been crying for. And thank you, Liam Rezonoy. And one thing I like about Liam Rezonoy is that it's not just useless passes. One or two passes, we are in the opposition half. Look at our second goal. It was just one or two passes, opposition goal. Third goal, penalty, but then the overlapping run. So kudos to Liam Rezonoy for changing it a bit. It's not just about possessing football, because what is possessing football if you do not win, if you cannot create your chances, if the opposition have a field day? No. So kudos to Liam Rezonoy. On to Napoli in the Champions League on Wednesday, and let us bring the win so that we'll be among the top. So Crystal Palace won, Chelsea 3. The only disappointing moment of the game is that we didn't come out with a clean sheet. But all in all, it was a great game, and love to see Estevao, love to see Reece James putting in the crosses, and Joao Pedro being on the score sheet again. So kudos, Chelsea. Have the Chelsea. As you know, like and subscribe to Bulldozer TV for interesting and entertaining post-match analysis. Thanks.